Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. I just got home. It's been a very long day. Wednesdays, when I'm filming this, Wednesdays are my studio days, so I'm like in Toronto and I'm hungry, I'm tired. I'm gonna make myself a delicious tea. Now, I wasn't planning on filming today, but I don't know why they childproof everything. Why do you have to make everything so difficult? Can't wait. Give me the immune boost. If you haven't tried this tea, try this tea. It is phenomenal. This is the Teas Shake It Off Green Tea and Echinacea blend. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't be drinking caffeine this late in the day. It's like almost 8. But I have things that I want to accomplish tonight. Anyways, as I was saying, I was not planning on filming tonight, but I got home to a package that I've been waiting for, and it came at the absolute perfect time. And I figured, why not unbox it? It's in a bag, but we're gonna unbox it together and I can talk to you about it, and then I will film over the next couple of days, kind of like an update. So essentially, this is going to be a first encounters style video. So are you ready? I have just received my first order from the brand AWWA. And if you're not in the know, AWWA is one of the many brands out there that makes sustainable period undies. Ugh, adorable. Okay, so this is my first time using any kind of period underwear. I have pretty much always been a like tampon and pad girl. More recently, I have been gravitating more towards pads. I've been getting like worse cramps than I have in the past. And so especially in my like first day or two of my period, I just like, tampons are uncomfortable. It's probably surprising if you know me, and like I'm pretty like eco-friendly, or try to be. So it's probably surprising that I'm like period cup averse, but it's the putting something in my body that bothers me. I have a hard time with it. I want to be comfortable, and I am way more comfortable when I just kind of like free bleed. But because I'm sustainably minded, using pads has just been really bothering me. And like, I don't have a 7-day long period. The most my period lasts is like 5 days, but still that's like sometimes like upwards of 4 pads a day, depending on how heavy the flow is. And like, TMI, sorry if this is not your thing, just why did you click on it? Because it says right in the title that this is about period underwear, but you knew where that was going. We're here to share. Sharing is caring. For all of those people who menstruate, it's like, we gotta talk about this stuff, you know? And for millennial menstruators and everyone, like, tampons and pads are the default, and pads became something that was like gross and not cool, and like, heaven forbid you like see or hear a pad. Like, God, the memories of first getting your period and like not knowing how to use a tampon yet, and like sitting in the bathroom and like trying to unwrap your pad as freaking quietly as you possibly could, just so that you didn't have to go through the horror of someone else knowing that you were on your period, because it was like shameful or weird, or it's like something to be embarrassed of. It's not. It's natural. It happens to all of us. At least all of us with, female anatomy. And like, it's not always a fun time. It's a beautiful thing. It's a natural thing, but it's like, not fun. It's painful. It makes a lot of people very ill for, you know, the stretch of days that they are bleeding. Anyways, I have been ruminating over the idea of buying myself period undies for a long time. I just wasn't really sure which brand I wanted to go for, and they're also like pretty expensive, and so it was an investment, and I wasn't really ready to pull the trigger yet until recently, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm convinced. I found a brand that has a style of underwear that is appealing to me. I really like what the brand stands for, and I'm just gonna pull the trigger. And so I did, and I went with AWWA. First of all, AWWA is Indigenous owned and female founded. Love that. They have been around, I think, since 2018. And I want to say that they're based out of, look at this gorgeous little card. They just like, I love a brand that hand writes a note when they send you your package. I want to say that AWWA is based in New Zealand. I'm not sure. But there's like a little thank you card here, a little care instructions on the side. I love this, that there's a 60-day risk-free trial associated with this. So for all first-time customers, if you don't like them, you can return one pair for a full refund within 60 days of purchase. Now, I bought 5 because I have no chill, but I was like, what if I love them? And then I want more. And like, you can't just buy one pair of period underwear. Like, most people who menstruate have a 7-day cycle, or a 7-day period rather. But I love that there's like how to wear, how to care. If you need to change size or return your order and other FAQs, like everything's on their help center. They are B Corp certified, climate positive certified, traceable and transparent supply chain. Their products are all natural, organic, and recycled fibers. 2% is donated to end period poverty. And as I already mentioned, they're Indigenous owned and female founded. So I got 4 pairs of their undies in the Lush range in an extra small. And this is what they look like. Absolutely adorable. So we've got this like gorgeous little detail edge. They're a high-waisted cut. I like a high-waisted underwear. Good full back coverage there. It's like still kind of, I think, with like a bikini leg, but like full bum coverage, which is something that I need and require and want personally. So this is the Tencel High Rise in the Lush range. Love this. We've got a little card here telling you all about what Tencel is and the feel right features. There's like a little QR code if you want to know more. And let's see. These ones are for a moderate flow. The moderate flow underwear holds the equivalent to 2 regular pads or tampons. Wash before wear to activate absorbency layer. Rinse after use and wash with your regular load. Do not use fabric softener. Pretty straightforward. And yes, they are based in New Zealand. Here we go. They also make swimwear, which I find really interesting and ingenious because like there is nothing worse than like being on your period and, you know, wanting to go to the beach or wanting to go swimming and like allegedly your period like pauses in the water or whatever. I don't know if that's like some old wives' tale that I just have in my brain, but still like if you're just on the beach and like, again, I don't know why there's like so much shame and embarrassment associated with it, but like if like you're wearing a tampon, you're at the beach and like your tampon string like pops out of your bathing suit, mortifying. Obviously you can wear like a panty liner with a bathing suit, but you can't go swimming with it on because it'll pull off. And you can't wear like the cotton pony style pad with a bathing suit because, you know, wings. So it's all just kind of like inconvenient if you're on your period and you want to be like on a beach or going swimming. I can tell you immediately that like the fabric is deliciously soft and these look like a true to size extra small. I'm a little sad that like you have to wash them before you wear them because I really just wanted to put them on immediately as soon as I got home because period, she arrived this morning and she's being real mean. Super, super aggressive period times. I've got a headache. I'm cranky. I feel like my uterus is under attack. My lower back hurts. And all I wanted to do was just come home, throw on my period undies, and wrap my abdomen in warm lavender scented beanbag. But apparently I have to wash them before I wear them. So I'm gonna have to do a quick wash. But then they have to line dry. Ugh, so inconvenient. Okay, well, I'm going to throw all of them into the wash tonight. And then tomorrow I'm working from home. So it's a great day to do my first test of wearing these and see how we fare. So I got 3 black pairs. And then this, I think this is a newly released shade in this style. I did try to get like more than just black. So I got a really cute pink pair, this lovely blue shade, just to diversify a little bit, you know? Like, I don't know about you, but if I'm wearing like a pair of mom jeans, I love nothing more than like matching my underwear to my bottom wear. So like if I'm wearing blue denim, there's just like something super satisfying about wearing matching underwear. Just me? Don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna throw, maybe I'll just start with the black pairs into the wash. I do have laundry to do anyways tonight, so it's like not the most inconvenient thing. And then I'll hang them all to dry, and then tomorrow will be day 1 of officially testing it. And again, I'm working from home, so like if anything goes wrong, if my flow is like extra heavy tomorrow and like it doesn't really work out, at least I'm home where I can easily change. Like, I don't think I would have a first day test of a pair of period panties like out in the wild. Mortifying, terrifying. You don't know what's gonna happen. What if you bleed too much? What if you're out for way too long and you need to change them? And like the whole thing here is that you should not feel any dampness against your skin. They are designed in such a way that they are moisture wicking, so the top layer should pretty much always feel dry against your skin. And I think the rule of thumb is if they do start to feel damp, it's like time to change them. Like they've reached kind of maximum capacity. And then some people get like icky with, well, what do I do once I've used them? Like, how do I wash them? Literally just get into the shower with them and rinse them out in the shower. It's all going down the drain. And then you just clean yourself. Sure, you can do it in your sink, but some people, that gives some people the ick. It doesn't bother me. It's my body. You know? It's not like I'm handing them off to someone else and being like, please rinse my period blood. Please go and touch my shedding womb. No, it's my own body. Like, I'm fine with doing that. And like, I clean my bathroom frequently. So it's super simple to just like rinse your period undies in the sink and then give it a little spritz, wipe it all down, and you're fine. Like it is natural, not leaving it there. But if it does give you the ick and that's something you're worried about, you literally just get into the shower and like the way that you would with like a bathing suit if you went swimming in the ocean, you know? You get into a shower with it on and then rinse everything, like all of the salt off your body. Same kind of concept. Anyways, I'm going to keep filming this. We're going to do a full like first encounter. So I will check in with you tomorrow for day 1 of the period panties. But I think first I'm going to change before I throw them into the wash, and I'm just going to put them on and just like see how they fit. So let's stay tuned. One more thing. I was just kind of unpackaging the 3 black pairs and was getting ready to throw out the packaging that they came in, and then I flipped it over and read the thing here. It says, I am not a plastic bag. I am home compostable and fully biodegradable, made partially from plants, a renewable resource. And it has a little symbol here saying, home, okay, compost. Love that. Some companies are just really out there doing it right. And so that is also something for me and all of us to keep in mind when, you know, we might reach like a price barrier of entry for trying a new product, but like if they're doing the most, if they are actually investing their time and energy in like giving back to communities, ensuring that, you know, we are decreasing period poverty around the world or even just locally, using organic materials, being transparent about their whole supply chain, and investing in packaging materials that aren't plastic. Like, we take all of that in mind when we consider the price point of an individual item, and it just makes the whole investment that much more worth it. Feel free to disagree with me, but I'm like, all in all, already so thrilled that I spent my money on the brand that I did. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go throw these on, take off the work clothes, shed the day, take out the fucking tampon. Can't wait for that. Ugh. And then I'm just gonna try these on before I have to unfortunately throw on another pair of like period undies. And we're going with a pad tonight because I'm not sitting around in my own home in a tampon. Okay, hi, I'm back. Changed into a nice big comfy t-shirt, courtesy of Aerie. Got it super cheap. Gotta love a sale. Now I'm back in front of my standard filming backdrop just because I wanted there to be like a decent kind of contrast and proper lighting so that you can see this. Now, teensy tiny bit nervous because I don't really show my body on the internet. So, you know, this is a safe space, no judgment, but I thought that like, because I'm sharing this, it's like a first encounter, y'all should see how they fit. And again, I'm so mad that I have to take them off. So mad that I have to take them off because they're so comfortable. But I'm so excited because tomorrow is going to be a great day in these undies. They're so comfortable. They're so soft. Ready? Okay. Look how adorable they are. They fit beautifully. This little detailing is just so lovely. I really think that is so cute. There's like no pinching around the legs. They fit very comfortable here. They're not like, this is the absolute perfect fit. Now, obviously it's the end of day. I'm a little bloated. Obviously I'm also on period, so I'm a little bloated. You know, we've got some distension here in the uterine area, but there's no pulling in the fabric. They don't feel too tight. This little detailing is in no way uncomfortable. Like, it just feels like the rest of the fabric and the rest of the garment. Like, it doesn't feel separate. Sometimes if you have like edging like that, it can feel like a little plasticky or sharp and just like dig in really uncomfortable ways. But like overall, they're soft and they're comfortable. And I just think like, they're adorable. I'm obsessed. And like, obviously when I held them up, like you could see the outline of kind of like where the catch basin is, for lack of a better phrase. But it's like, in terms of feeling, it doesn't feel like a pad, even though it might look kind of like a pad from the outside. This feels very soft and comfortable and like not at all bulky against the body. So first impression is a chef's kiss. Thrilled. And again, just like the most adorable. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I will definitely be reporting back and we'll see what a full day in my brand new period undies is like. Okay. Bye-bye. Hey everybody. Okay. It is 3:33 the next day. Woke up on the wrong side of the universe this morning, so there was like literally no way that I was rolling out of bed at 5 a.m. or whatever ungodly hour. I automatically woke up and was gonna like shower and change and have a full day in my period undies. No, it did not happen. Instead, I rolled right out of bed in my PJs, barely brushed my teeth, had like 3 cups of coffee, and then sat down to work. But because I started work so early, I'm basically finished for the day now. And I did manage to like give myself a body shower. I didn't wash my hair because I'm actually going for a hair appointment at 5, and it's my wash day anyways. So I was like, it's not so disgusting that it's going to be like rude to show up with wretched hair for the stylist, but I also didn't want to like double shower and then throw off my hair wash cycle, you know? Anyway, so as soon as I got out of the shower, like an hour ago, or whenever I showered, because I showered on my lunch break, put on my undies, which were fresh and clean as instructed. And I've just been hanging out in my house coat with my undies on. But let me just tell you, I don't know if it's just like the day, my body, but like we had a bit of a gusher situation, and I've only been wearing these underwear for like an hour, 2 hours. They're already done for the day. My inner thighs are pink, and it's not so much like that I've soaked through the crotch. It's more like I had a situation that went over the edges. So the edges in the crotch are now soiled, and like I have to put something else on, maybe another pair. I don't know. My body just like decided to release like a quarter of my uterine lining all at once in like a singular moment. And for, you know, folks who menstruate, y'all know what I'm talking about. We've all experienced that, where you just like move and all of a sudden you're like, thank God I work from home. If this happened to me while I was out in the wild, I would be curling up in a ball in a dumpster because terrible. Anyways, so that's that on that. Basically, these need to be rinsed and washed immediately. But because I have this hair appointment and like I will be going out into the wild, I don't know if I feel comfortable putting on my second pair already. What I might do is just like let whatever is going on with the body today run its course and like just revert to the usual methods, which I find disappointing. And then tonight I'll try wearing them to bed, but like maybe on a towel with like black track pants, because I have light pink sheets, and who has the patience to get blood out of your bed sheets? Like, I don't. Ugh. So disappointed. I don't know if maybe I just like didn't wash them properly. Like, was I supposed to hand wash them first? It just said wash before wear. It didn't specify, but I let them dry, and I feel like this would have happened though, even if I were wearing like normal underwear with a pad. In that moment, there's just like too much in an instant. Like, it's not a steady flow over the course of like several hours or the day. It was just like a gross. So I don't know if there could have been any sort of like way around that situation. Anyways, I'll tune in later today. We'll be able to see my new haircut. Not this, obviously, but we are doing something a little different. And if you're watching this little video, you will be the first to know unless you follow me on Instagram, because I will probably post a shameless selfie after. Anyways, I will post another update later today because, or at least when I'm home, because I would like to give these a real try. Again, they're just so adorable. Like, the most adorable. The most. So yeah, but right now I need to go clean myself up again because we've got a real zebra situation on my legs here with fresh stuff. We'll check in later. Morning. It's so early. It's like 5:30, which is such an ungodly hour. But it is the time that I have been waking up at home. Anyways, oh look, all of my little pimple patches are still intact. Which is good, you know. Period hormone things. We gotta keep our skin maintained. And I did a terrible job of washing my face last night. There's still mascara. Anyways, reporting in at this early hour to say that I think I successfully made it through my first night in my period undies. And I think we did okay. I'm gonna go pee, gotta pee real bad, and we're gonna check. And then I think I'm just gonna get up and start the day, have some coffee, and drink some water. I got a headache. I hate waking up with headaches, but I'm gonna go pee and I'm gonna let y'all know. I don't think there's a mess. I think the period undies did the damn thing last night. So we're gonna find out. I am back and almost finished 1 cup of coffee. It is daylight now. It's just about to turn 7 o'clock. And I can say with delight and confidence that my overnight in the period undies was a success. I am mess free. There is no damp sensation. I think I went to bed last night at maybe 10:30, 11, took off my work or day clothes, whatever, changed my underwear, put on the period undies, and pretty much got right into bed, read, I think watched probably half an episode of The Office before I fell asleep. And then I think I pretty much slept right through until 5 or whatever time I woke up just before I started filming. Obviously, an overnight is much different than a day to day. And so much of that has to do with gravity. When you're sleeping, you're horizontal. So for the most part, so is your uterus. You know, there's not gravity pulling everything down and out. Obviously we still bleed overnight, but there's also movement and rustling around, and no one sleeps, I don't think, perfectly still. So I'm just very happy to be kind of up and about and not feeling any kind of discomfort. Obviously I'm wearing black, and the lining in the crotch of the period undies is also black, so you're not seeing any kind of contrast. Although yesterday when I had the little, I could definitely, there was a color to it. And I think it was just one of those things. You can't really predict it. Maybe, the medium flow underwear for a moment like that is not appropriate, because I think I lost probably over 12 milliliters in that moment, which is why they automatically felt like I needed to change them right away, and there was like a dampness against my skin. But so far this morning, again, I'm sitting. I haven't been like moving around and like running back and forth through the apartment, but I definitely feel comfortable and like confident. There's no movement. I'm still in my PJs. I've still got PJs on, glasses on, obviously. But I've also been able to like accomplish a couple or like an hour and a half of work already, which is nice and like has nothing to do with the topic of this video, but we've got people that we work with in Hong Kong. So being able to like respond to them this early in the morning is also nice. Otherwise we're like a full 11, 12 hours apart. But yeah, I think I'm going to get another maybe hour or two of work in, and then I'm going to change. I'm going to put on the third and final pair of period undies that I did wash because I was silly and I should have just thrown all 5 pairs in the wash when I did laundry on Wednesday night. But for whatever reason, I was like, I'm just going to start with 3. This is ridiculous. I should have literally just put all 5 in because now I don't know, I'm going to have to figure out what load of laundry to wash them with because then I don't have any fresh pairs for the rest of my period. This is poor planning on my part. But yeah, in a few hours, I'm going to change, going to put on the last pair, and then I actually am going to do a workout today. So I will also report back after that because obviously that's like more strenuous activity. I'm going to be on my bike. There has been instances when I'm on my bike on my period and like just wearing a pad, and there is, you know, some spillage because of like the pressure and the way you're sitting and like just the nature of a bike seat. So I'm kind of just like, obviously not outside running about, but not a terrible first couple of days of like testing out these period underwear. And like, obviously for me, I'm also on day 3 of my period. Again, my period lasts like sometimes 4 or 5 days. It rarely lasts the full 7. So usually around like day 3, I'm kind of, the flow is significantly lighter. Things are starting to just lighten up in general. Like the cramps go away. It's just, other than literally bleeding, I have no other disruptions to my life. So things really like ease by day 3. So yeah, we'll see. And I will just try to do a quick check-in later after I worked out, or maybe as I'm like getting ready for my workout and then after. We'll see, but talk to you then. Hello. It is a few more hours later. I have sort of washed my face. I've put my contacts on. I did a bit of a spot treatment face mask because the hormones this period are just absolutely destroying my skin. And I've got my 3rd pair of period panties on, and I think I can say with confidence that yesterday was literally just a fluke. I know I already kind of mentioned that earlier this morning, but I had, I guess, that 2nd pair on for like almost 12 hours and was just starting to feel like kind of damp and uncomfortable. But you know, I did all of my morning like bathroom things, and now I am changing to get ready for the rest of the day and a workout later. I've got a meeting in a couple of hours, so I'm still very much going to be like sitting at my desk. But after this meeting, I think I'm going to pull my lunch break and get a workout in. So I'll do a little bit of a check-in after that as well, just to see how the period undies fare in that kind of scenario. But again, I'm day 3. The flow is so much, like, significantly lighter already than it was yesterday, even like early morning probably. Day 3, like I've already said this morning, it really starts to peter off for me. So I think that the period undies are really going to hold up for me today. And then I actually did manage to scrounge together a load of laundry, so I actually can wash all 3 pairs that I've already worn, plus the 2 that I neglected to throw in the wash yesterday. And then I should be able to get them dry to like have the other 2 pair for the rest of the weekend for kind of like the final few days of my period. But overall, again, they're just so cute. I just love the look and feel of them. Buying new underwear, especially for like the way I feel in my body, the way I want a pair of underwear to fit, especially when you have like performance expectations beyond just look and fit, like it's kind of anxiety provoking, but I'm really pleased. And again, there is literally no discomfort where the like actual, like, as I said yesterday, catch basin is concerned. This is very comfy and just immensely adorable. Okay, time to throw on the bicycle shorts. Also, can we just talk about how cute this little set is? Again, completely unrelated. No one can buy this because it's from like a year, maybe 2 years ago from Aerie, but it's just so cute. And also, do we like my haircut? I am obsessed. Again, not the point of this video, even remotely, but I just think it's adorable. And it just feels so fresh. There's almost no layers to it. So I've got some of my like original thickness back. Just overall thrilled about so many things. Also not thrilled about so many things, but we'll get into that another time. Okay, I will check in with you again later. I'm back. It's basically the end of the day. At least it's the end of my day wearing my AWWA period undies because I need to get into the shower and then I need to go places. And while I did manage to wash my 4 other pairs, they are now hanging to dry. So that's going to take a while, which means the journey ends here. And I'm in a real frickin' mood, just like a sour mood. It's raining. It's not like cold, but it's just like gloomy, and I'm just feeling very stressed and overwhelmed, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. And quite honestly, I just feel like I'm gonna burst into tears. So I basically just ate my weight in chicken nuggets in a way to like make myself feel better, but it actually made me feel kind of worse. I've just been like having some body image issues as well. And like, if you've been here for a while, we've talked about this, but like heading back down the slope of disordered eating is a slippery one. Anyways, the whole point of this little conclusion is just to say that I love these underwear. I'm still wearing my workout gear, but rest assured that the panties are underneath and just really performing today. They did a great job today. I think yesterday was truly just a fluke. And I think it happens to the best of us in the worst moments when you just kind of get that gusher effect. And like I said yesterday and earlier this morning, I don't think even like a pad or a tampon would have held up against that. So that had absolutely nothing to do with the quality and performance of these underwear and everything to do with just that like very specific circumstance. But today they've been phenomenal. I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't wash all of them last night so that I had pairs to wear today. But what can you do? I'll just have to revert to like a tampon or a pad for the rest of the day, and then they'll be dry tomorrow so I can just, you know, have the rest of my period with comfortable underwear and not having anything in my body or like sitting on a pad because no one wants to do that. But I also have now rinsed out 2 pairs, and like it's very easy. It's not intimidating. It's not gross. If I had a heavier flow, maybe it would have been a different experience. But even after yesterday's little incident, like, it was just not, I don't know, like I said, it's my body. I'm not, when I'm in my own home, even I think if I was like in a hotel or like at my boyfriend's, like if I was at my boyfriend's, I would just get into the shower and do it. I wouldn't do it in his sink, but it's like, it's so not an issue. Because when you're on your period and you get into the shower, like inevitably, like it's all there anyways. And so rinsing it out of your own underwear is just like, it's not a thing. So it was just that it was a very painless, frictionless experience. Super easy to just rinse out, and you just throw them into the washing machine. And I think if you can't throw them into the washing machine right away, you just rinse and hang them. And then when you have a load that's ready to go, you just toss it in with your regular laundry. Like they don't need their own like wet bag or anything. It's not like washing like cloth diapers. So yeah, happy with that whole process. Obviously this is a first impression, a first encounter. So we'll have to stay tuned over the course of like several periods to see how we really do. But like as a first impression, I'm thrilled. Especially with just like the look, the feel, the ethos of the brand, and just like how comfortable I was today. Just, yeah, all around really, really impressed, really, really happy with my decision. Obviously it was quite a significant investment to do this, but I'm really happy about it. And like, obviously in cases of an emergency or, you know, having an off day with like the wash cycle, I do have backups. And when I run out of that stuff, I'll just play buying any replacements by ear, again, pending how the period undie journey goes. But I think that is everything from me today. I'm sorry that I just look so tired and like dead, but it's just, it's Friday of a very long week and I have to now pack for a trip this weekend and I'm not even remotely prepared for that. So that's fun. But I am gonna try to film another video or two this weekend, so just stay tuned for those. And otherwise, if you came along for this little journey, you know, thank you so much. I am so, so immensely grateful for you just hanging out with me. And sometimes we have a cute, fun time, and other times we have a devastating period time. Anyways, if you're new here and you also made it all the way through this video, I would absolutely love for you to become part of the Land Fam. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And for the rest of you, I just truly, I love you so much. Okay, I will see you in the next one.